In his presence, in his presence, there is peace. In his presence, in his presence, there is joy. I will linger, I will stay in his presence day by day until his likeness may be seen in me. In his presence, in his presence, there is peace. In his presence, in his presence, there is joy. I will linger, I will stay in his presence day by day until his likeness may be seen in me. That's how I've been feeling this morning. In his presence, there's peace, there's joy, and I like to give you an update on my son Daniel, and I can say this right here. I know in whom I believe, and I'm persuaded that he's able to keep that which is I've committed unto him against that day. So concerning my son Daniel, I trust God. It's the process. I ain't worrying about the slowness of it, the time, how long it take. But I trust God because God's already told me that he was healed. And so it's just the process. And the thing about it is the waiting game. It's hard for people to wait. It's hard, patience. That's why God tells us we needed self-control, discipline. We need to be disciplined. And so I trust God. And I'm not worried. I'm not looking at, what's the word? I'm not looking at facts. The doctor said that's a fact. People done had this, that's a fact. But there's something that's greater than the fact, that's the truth. And his name is Jesus. And the Bible says that you'll know the truth. And the truth will make you free. Not set you free, but make you free. I mean, he constantly is making you free. So in trusting in him, he's going to make us free by believing in him. So I'm encouraged, and Daniel, he's doing good. He's doing good. I would like to say this, though. I would like to encourage, my son, my big boy, my big son, older son, how you doing, baby boy? I would like to say to the people who are facing loneliness, loneliness is difficult, and I want to talk to the people who are facing loneliness. I know it's tough when you feel alone, because when you feel alone, some of you feel like you don't have no friends. You feel like nobody care. And when you feel alone, you feel like going in a hole or a cave somewhere, and you don't want to talk to nobody. You don't want to listen to nobody. You just want to be to yourself. But you know, the good thing about that many people don't understand about being alone, when you're alone, when you're in a place where God gets you to a place where you're alone and you're trying to reach out to people and you can't reach out to nobody, that's where God wants you to be at, because when you're alone, that's where God can meet you, and that's where God can encourage you and strengthen you. Because even in the Bible, there was this man called, what's his name, Jacob. Jacob was getting ready to go see his brother, and see, Jacob was afraid because he thought his brother was going to kill him because he had stole his birthright. But the Bible lets us know that on his way, while he was in journey to go see his brother Esau, his oldest brother, that he tricked, the Bible said that he left his family somewhere, and then he was by himself, and the Bible said he was alone. And when he was alone, the Bible said that he wrestled with an angel all night. And at the end of his wrestle, because Jacob was wanting to hold on to him because he was wanting to be blessed. He was wanting to be blessed. And so the angel, he blessed him, but what he did, he touched him in his thigh and separated his hip. The first thing when you're alone, you're going to go through a lot of pain, and there's going to be so much separation. You're going to separate from people. You're going to separate from people who thought that were your friends, but then you realize they're not. You're going to separate for so many things. And what that is that what God is doing, God wants you all to himself, where he can show you, his plan for your life. And when you're alone, he can make you stronger. He can make you stronger when you're in pain. That's where your strength comes, because when you're in pain, actually pain is weakness leaving your body. But when you're feeling it, you don't think that way. You don't think that way when you're feeling pain. You think about the pain and you want to get out of pain. You know, even with God, see, I know what the promise is. See, but the greatest thing is going through the process, because when you're in pain and when you're hurt and when you're discouraged, you feel alone, when you feel isolated, you feel like God has forsaken you, you feel so tired, exhausted. That's the process that you got to go through. You got to be shook up in order to be shaken free. So, you know, what I understand and what I'm learning is that in that place of being alone, I'm learning how to embrace being alone, because to be alone is to be in a place where I can really talk to God. I can really hear what God is saying, and I can really pray and understand and get an answer for what's in me. Because when you're alone too, there's something in you, you'll be able to tap into it. Because when you're alone, the people that you once depended on to get certain answers, when you can't get those answers from those crutches or those people, then you have to realize that the answer is within you. That strength is within you. That power is within you. That deliverance is within you. And so one of the things that God is teaching me, even through this thing right here in this situation, God told me, he's telling me, he's teaching me to look within. Don't look to man. Don't look to my apostle. Look to me. Look within. And I know that my strength is within me. My power is within me, because so what? I'm being alone. I'm alone. But the fact that I'm alone, I'm going to go through some pain. The fact that I'm alone, there's going to come separation in my life. The fact that I'm alone, I'm going to feel alone. I'm going to wrestle. I'm going to wrestle with that thing. I'm going to wrestle with things in my mind. I'm going to wrestle with being abandoned. I'm going to wrestle with all those things, being like I'm neglected. All of those things hurt. I'm wrestling with all of that, feeling like, well, in my mind, oh, where you are, God? When you going to answer, God? I trust you. Yeah, those thoughts are going to come, but I trust God. Regardless of what I see, I trust what God has said. And so because I trust what God has said, regardless, even when in a place where I feel alone, I'm not alone. Because God told me, for those people that you feel alone, God said he would never leave you nor forsake you. In your lonely place, God will always be there. He will always be there. It may not feel like it. Mama might not be there. Dad and I might be there. The people that you depend on may not be there. But the one thing that I know for a fact, that if you call on him, God's going to be there. He will always be your friend, and he will never change. People will change. Situations will change. Circumstances will change. But God will never change. So in your lonely place where you feel different, where you feel unusual, where you feel like fitting in because you feel like a stranger, you feel like you just don't fit in. You try to change the way you are to fit in with people. You want to be accepted, but you don't have to be accepted. You don't have to fight to be accepted for nobody. Be who you are. Be different. Be peculiar. Being alone. Have a good day.